What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mavish Shift podcast episode 92. We're here again. It's just myself and Matt, as we do every week.
My jumper smells like a Hoover. You smell that shit?
Oh, it's proper Henry, that one.
Yeah,
that's no Dyson.
Henry.
That ain't no Dyson. That's a Henry. That does smell. That smells like a Hoover bag.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking about Hammy the hamster.
Oh yeah.
Little inside joke that you guys will be let in January. When a new video comes out. That makes us sound proper, doesn't it? When we've got videos prepared. There's a video we've done that's coming out January.
Yeah. Yeah, we're running out of them now though. We've got to start recording more. we got to get that backlog back.
So where we've moved to like one video a week, maybe two if we have like something like the podcast, for example. We have something every week now scheduled, whether it's a main video, then behind the scenes like the layout that we've been doing, going all the way to January the 20th.
Yeah.
It's great because it's going to get real hectic with work and stuff for both of us in the next few weeks. So,
and then obviously I'm moving in January, which is going to be crazy because I've got to take a week off after that to fix the house up. So, but it means I'll have a week off to do other stuff.
Can we vlog it?
Yeah,
I'll be free.
Yeah.
Vlog the move.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to start out with some topics, and then we'll talk about some. We've got a couple of games to play. We'll answer some questions as well. Dude, I can't get rid of this Hoover smell. I'll just have to sit here cold. Now I got some feedback from someone who watches this, and what was said was basically less of the topics, more of like what makes us us. Now, what we'll do, I think we'll keep it the same, but I'm gonna put a comment. I'm gonna pin it to our profile. Can we pin our own comment
on Instagram? Yeah.
Cool. We'll pin our comment, or we'll just go on about burner YouTube accounts.
Yeah.
Get my Matt Blander post it, so you can just jump to what story is what. Because I have, if you watched the previous podcast, if you watched it, you can see at the bottom there is a little banner that says what is coming up, what we're talking about. So you can just flick through. But I'll put comments in like timestamps so that you guys know when. You can literally, if you want to see the curious cat questions, or you want to hear a certain story, I'll put it all in, so you can just jump to each one. Because I know that some stories won't be relevant to someone and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we crack on?
Yeah.
We're still running a free cam setup because it worked, but the camera quality on the sides are a lot better now because we've upped the quality, because we filmed at 720 because we were scared about file size, and then they were like a gig, so we were like, cool, let's bump that up.
Yeah.
And now it's 1080p, 30p, so it's 1080p 30 frames.
1080p 30p.
1080p 30p.
Yeah. Yeah, we shoot. We our main camera, the DSLR, we do like our sort of cinematic shorts on as well. Which is that one. We always just keep that at 30 frames a second, or 24 for because that's what most films are in these days, and for VFX it makes life a lot easier. So yeah, we filmed that in 24, so now we're doing these ones in 30p as well, because there's no point in doing 30 frames. Good, you got me going now. Because there's no point in doing 60 frames on those two cameras if the other one's in 30.
And our mic should sound a little bit better as well, because we've now got noise gate, so you won't hear like bonks on the table or
farts or anything.
Or farts, yeah. Yeah.
Which you'll hear all the time on the last one.
Why do you think I did it? Before we go, I've got something for you to try.
Oh, now I'm scared.
Work gave it to me.
Right. Oh, fuck. Are we swearing in this podcast, or are we trying to keep it PG? I think we should try and not to swear as much as possible. Let's bleep swear words. Rob, whatever we are, 10 minutes in, bleep it. Or if I'm editing it, George, if you're editing, 10 minutes in, bleep it.
Okay.
Oh. You purposely haven't shown me what it is. See, I was going to do this. Good. I was going to buy a ghost chili.
It's really good, dude. Smell it first.
Ooh, smells like super strong sambuca. Cheers.
It's really good.
Ooh.
Yeah. Salted caramel tequila.
Ooh, that's delicious.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's incredible. They came in to work and they gave us a free bottle. And then everyone liked it, but I was like, I love that. So you can take it home.
That is delicious.
Is that? £30 for that bottle.
Really? Can you get them in the shops, or is that?
I think so. I think you can buy them online.
What you should have said is no. You can only buy it from my stand at work.
Only buy it from my stand at work.
Yeah.
Or Amazon. I don't know.
Where'd you put your glass? Cheers.
Yeah, good, right?
Man, that is delicious. That is real smooth, man. that would be my choice of drink. I would drink that straight. Just
Yeah, dude, honestly,
yeah.
I was playing Siege. I was streaming Siege the other day, and I did my 10 placement matches for the new season. Lost 5 in a row. Started drinking tequila and won 5 games in a row. I shit you not, it's on stream. 5 games I lost. Started drinking tequila. 5 games I won. I'm not saying there's a correlation, but that's
alcohol, kids.
Drink alcohol, kids.
If you want to be a good gamer, drink alcohol.
If you want to be a good gamer, drink the alcohol. What have you got?
In what? Oh, well. So, for many of you who've been following us for about over, a couple of years now. yeah.
You better not spill anything on my table.
Damn it! I've lost the. I haven't got a coat. G Fuel. If anyone's been following us for over a year now, we did a video last year for a G Fuel video. Now we've never been sponsored. We're a small channel and we make these cinematic shorts because we love to do it and we enjoy making content. So we made a G Fuel video, and we shot it over to them, and a couple of guys there loved it, and then one of the not main guys there, but one of the guys that was doing a stream, if I remember correctly, was a bit like, "Oh, I'm not showing that," and it was like,
no. So what happened with that was because I put in the chat, I was like, "Oh, by the way, guys, our new video is going to get shown on the G Fuel Twitch stream," and there's a guy called Cursed who does like all the.
I was trying to say nameless here.
Nah, it's fine. No, because it wasn't. I understand why.
I
understand why. He was like, "Oh, dude, this is sick. Like, we're gonna play up. I'm gonna forward it to Cliff," and then Cliff's like the CEO, and dude, smart guy as hell. But he then watched it and he was like, because it's like 3 minutes long, like 2.5 minutes long. You don't really want to take that much away from a stream, if that makes sense.
Okay.
To sit down, like you need to be either starting the stream up,
yeah.
Because they had 3 people as well. Each person's just got to stop for a second, and then watch this video, and then. So I get that, but he was like, dude, it's still really good. And he said, like, Cliff watched it and said it was good as well.
Cool.
But he was like, yeah, we can't really justify doing 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I still believe one of our best feats, and I don't think we really praise ourselves enough for this, is we were on the front page of Twitch with a beer at back screen. Our backs. That incredible beer at back screen. That incredible beer at back screen was on the front page.
I feel like there should have been articles written about us.
Dude, it was so good, dude. I feel like no one's done that before for good reason, but we came in scuffed as always.
Oh, it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely mad that we had 10,000 concurrent viewers and then 700,000 views to the Twitch channel.
There's a picture on our Discord that Boyle screenshotted, and it's 8,000 viewers on the main page, front page with the beer back screen.
Amazing. It's so funny. We're like, we'll do a breakdown of that one day. Right, probably in like a year's time. We'll talk about. We'll probably we go into H3's podcast and we'll talk about it there.
Secret.
Yeah.
No, we. I mean, we'll probably. So what we're gonna do? Let me get my phone up so I can give you guys a schedule. I won't tell you. I've got to be careful because that phone can see my screen.
Yes.
So I can't. We have any of you observant folk in the Mavi Smith Discord will see there's a new admin at the bottom for Mavi Smith, and only GFA Rob and I have access to it, and it's basically got our entire schedule up until the 16th of January. So
before you jump that, I'll finish what I was going to say.
Oh yes, sorry.
So basically, anyway, so we were drinking G Fuel for ages. We do like G Fuel, still a great product. We're not going to talk any bad name against G Fuel. They're great.
Just over there.
Yeah, we've had about 700 pots in the last however long, but so. And obviously they're a huge company, so like there's never really been a UK alternative to G Fuel. Like G Fuel is really good for what it is, like the no sugar and the sort of a healthy energy drink, if you can deem it healthy, because it's as healthy as can be with energy drinks. And then about a year ago, I saw this company called Sneak make a video on Instagram, like, and they sort of promoted it, and they were like, we're going to be doing this kind of same thing as G Fuel. They obviously didn't say it in that many terms, but it basically is the same thing as G Fuel. Anywho, so they made this product, and it's a UK-based company, which is great for us. We're in the UK, and we always look to sort of support those UK companies. And they make these energy drinks that are no sugar, no rubbish. It's just really, it's like vitamins, and it's really good. No lag. It's instant energy, and I can 100% back that because I have a sip of this and I straight away feel a buzz, and it's great. And I can say all the flavours. I've had 2 flavours so far. I've had the watermelon and strawberry, which was delicious, and I've currently got the raspberry and chair. What have I got in here? Raspberry. Oh, something raspberry.
Oh, they're
blue raspberry.
They're based in Manchester.
Yeah.
I love the logo.
The logo, that's so cool. So that's Sneak's name of the company, but their logo is this like rabbit. like a winking rabbit. It looks a bit mean, but it's really cool. And yeah, I've got this blue raspberry flavour, and it is delicious. And you get a free shaker
Sick.
with the first trying like sachets, and you can get a pot. I cannot speak any negative word about it. I love this product. It tastes great. We're not sponsored by them. We're not being paid, or we've never been asked to. So I bought this. They didn't send this to me. So yeah, I mean, 100%. If we can ever get some sort of like deal with them, or get into talks with them about just working together in the future for like a video or something, 100% all about that. And if you haven't tried it, go try it. If you like energy drinks, yeah. And I love the shaker. They sent this free with my order, and
yeah, you get
there's loads of different types, but I love the purple ones. That's actually my favourite colour.
5 sachets in a shaker for £10.
Yeah, man.
That's sick. That's a nice shaker as well.
Yeah, all about it.
I'm gonna
next day delivery as well. In the UK, you get next day delivery, and if you're in the US, you can get it over there as well. But it's like international shipping, like 3 to 5 days. But they do ship to the US. So if you're in the US and you want to try this instead of what's on your turf, which is G Fuel, then go ahead.
Dude, their merch is fire as well.
Yeah, I think they're a really, really, really cool company. I'd love to sort of get into talks to
them. Yeah, so... oh, yeah, that's pretty sick. Right, let me get off this. All right, cool. Let's get into the first thing. So we went to the cinema, which felt like the first time in ages. What was the last film I saw?
Joker.
Yeah, it was fucking... And before that, it was ages ago. I feel like
it was. I don't know what you saw before that. What dear. But then I haven't been alive since between when we last went. The only films that Beth and I have seen, as I said, were like Le Mans, and Last Christmas.
Was that good? Like, is it Last Christmas or Black Christmas? Is it
Last Christmas?
It's a comedy, right?
Yeah.
Is it any good?
It has very good moments in it. It's very weird, like how it's been written, and that the A to Z of like the storyline is very strange. But it's pretty good. It's funny. There's some really funny moments in it. The mum, the actress who plays the mum in the film, is actually the writer, I believe, or the director. I can't remember. I think it's I believe it's the writer. And
such an idiot, dude.
And she's really funny. Like, she's like the best character in the film. Gave herself the best role.
Gave herself, yeah. All the other characters are just awful.
Yeah.
Well, we saw Knives Out.
Yes.
And I can't stop thinking about it.
It's great. It was really
honestly,
good. I would love to see it again, even though I know the ending, because I just enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, the girl, the main girl in it.
She's from Blade Runner.
Yeah, she's also in James Bond.
The new one?
The new one.
Oh, really?
She's playing the hot girl, I guess.
Yeah, she was really good in Blade Runner.
There's so many things in Knives Out that I read up and I just like... And I just didn't put two and two together. Like, it's not a big story, but it's like a little Easter egg that they put in. And I think what made that film so good was that I went in there with no expectations. I forgot the trailer. I watched it like 4 months ago.
Yeah, same. I didn't watch the trailer beforehand. I've just stopped watching trailers, honestly.
I normally click on a trailer and then I scroll down, and if someone says, very spoilery, I'm just like, all right, I'm head out. But I usually will start if it's a film that I'm not sure if I'm going to see, I'll watch the trailer. Like Last Christmas, for a good example, I had no intention of seeing that. I watched the trailer for it. It looks funny, I'll go see it. Was it funny?
Yeah, it's right. Yeah. I'd it's worth watching. I wouldn't say if you don't have a Cineworld pass or whatever your local cinema is, Odeon, whatever. If you don't have like a contract or whatever, deal, I wouldn't pay for it. But okay. it was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay. So back to Knives Out. For people that don't know, it's a murder mystery, which I really hope do a comeback. Watching it, did it always make you want to? Did it make you more and more want to do a murder mystery?
Yeah,
dude, I want to do one so bad, but they're so hard, and that's
you have to write them.
That's why I feel like they're not
perfectly.
You know what we should do? Oh, I've got a great Mavi Smith idea. Oh God, I've got a great idea. We'll go on the writing prompts Reddit and just submit a story and get someone to write it for us. So just a little bit of background before we carry on with Knives Out. There's not really much to say about it. It was a good film.
Yeah.
I'd get down to see it. It's a murder mystery. It's the comedy in it is perfect. There's not too much of it, not too little. Things that you're laughing at, but are completely serious in the movie. Which again, I think is a really smart comedy. Is when it's not meant to be funny, but it is. Like
absolutely.
There's just
there was no on the nose comedy. It was well enough written that it made you laugh in parts where
the only bit I felt like was terrible. The only bad thing I had about that movie was that again, no spoilers. The email, that whole email scene, like someone in the movie. This is not a spoiler. Someone in the movie goes, "Oh, don't suppose you have an email," and then like the person gets it up and it's like, oh, I have an email.
Yeah.
The reason why I laughed so much at that scene, because I thought if that happened to me, I'd open it up and I'd have like, doctors hate this.
Yeah.
Russian model looking for man, and then an important email.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, look, I have an email. Like, how good that writing was in the movie. It was let down by
that one moment,
that one scene. Yeah. Then it was a bit like, it's still an amazing movie, but that one scene, it took me out of it.
I feel like all the bits with all the interactions between those two characters you're talking about were not well written for me.
Yeah.
Other than the eating scene.
I thought that until the ending, and then it kind of makes sense as to why it felt weird, because it was meant to be weird.
Yeah, but it kind of gave it away to me. Like the bit where, again, no spoilers, we're going to talk in a bit in...
I love it,
because
we always do this. We always, every time we talk about something that's no spoilers, we go, no spoilers, yeah, and then yeah. No spoilers, but yeah.
Yeah, no spoilers. But the scene where where the letter is received by someone, and it has a message on it, and they then confer about said message.
Yeah.
And then the person is explaining like, oh, well, it could be this. It's like, it's so on the nose to me. I was like, oh, it's too obvious at that point. But no, for sure. Like, other than that, it was so well written. Daniel Craig's character is so endearing, like with that stupid accent that he puts on.
Kentucky accent, which I still think was off-putting at the start, and then it
I couldn't tell what it was for the first 10 minutes when he was speaking. I was like, what accent he's supposed to be doing? Because it kept changing.
How good was the piano scene as well? It's in the trailer.
Yes.
When he hits the piano.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out what it was, and I still don't really know what that meant. Basically, they're interviewing all the people like you see in the trailer, and each time someone says something, he hits a piano note.
It kind of feels like he's saying "move on."
I think it felt like he's saying "move on," or maybe it was him saying "that's a lie."
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. His character, awesome. I want more of that. I want more of his character just going around being cool and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I actually can't talk. I think it might be one of my. I think it's one of my favorite films this year, purely because of it's something we haven't seen before. We haven't had a good murder mystery in ages. Like, I can't remember the last good murder mystery. The last good murder. I don't think there might be that, but there's currently a dog. Wait a second.
There's currently Matt's dog is currently going absolutely crazy downstairs about something.
So it's a great film. Definitely go see it, 100%. I think the dog will pick it up.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely say go and see it. It's just a lot of fun. Put a big smile on your face. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy the whole the storyline and trying to figure out who did it. A classic who did it film.
Yeah.
You'll just enjoy the whole process of trying to figure that out in your head as you go.
Just quickly, I know one of you guys will joke about it. I had a tea and a coffee. I'm not just greedy. I had my tea and then just moved on to my next drink. I'm not like an addict, but I made a coffee.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I made a coffee for George and I put milk in the accident, so then I had it. I was going to throw away. I was like, nah, screw it, I'll have it. It's as exciting as it gets. What was I going to say? I said let's carry on about Knives Out. Let's talk about let's talk about James Bond as our next thing on the docket.
The next DC film.
The next DC.
Daniel Craig.
Oh, we talk about that.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the narrator.
Yes.
The video that came out.
Yeah.
And that whole ordeal. But dude, I think I want something there. Submit a story that and then just like make it into
So the hardest bit about making our videos good is writing, because it's so time consuming, it's complicated, it's hard when we don't see each other like all the time. It's hard to sit down and get like a night where we just write something, and distractions and like coming up with stuff on the spot. Like writing's quite a hard process. Obviously the filming's difficult and the editing's difficult, but the whole writing stage is something that we've never been good at the moment, or nothing are not amazing at. So having stories that are pre-written and then us adapting them is nice.
James Bond. I'm not a massive James Bond fan. I feel like when I watched this trailer, it gave me the same vibe that Fast and Furious gives me. It gave me the cool, another James Bond movie.
Yeah.
There was nothing game changing about the trailer that in the movie. I don't like Daniel Craig as James Bond. I feel like James Bond was good when it was literally a guy who has a 9 to 5. He saves a world, sleeps with a girl, and then another day, another life saving. When you start giving him a story and a background, you're doing it to basically so you can relate to the character. But then the only issue is that obviously we all knew that Daniel Craig's only doing 4 movies or 5 movies.
Yeah.
So then they're going to try and carry it on, but that you feel too tied to Daniel Craig.
Yeah. I suppose like the whole premise of James Bond is he's played by different people, but he's still the same characters. His backstory still applies to whoever takes over the mantle. Kind of like Doctor Who. But I feel like, James Bond's always been those kind of films that I don't go in. They don't link, or they're not supposed to link, right? Because that's the whole purpose of being able to change the character all the time. They have like a concurrent story that maybe you may be able to relate to, but they don't link. Like Daniel Craig never talks about his time in Octopussy or on the moon or anything, you know. So it's like there's definitely that disconnect where, as you said, they're giving him a backstory, but whoever takes over is not going to be like, oh, that time when they blew up my parents' house in Skyfall and all that. You know what I mean? So no, I agree. I'm glad Daniel Craig's given up on that, because I feel like he's doing something that he doesn't really enjoy. He's expressed he doesn't enjoy it, so don't keep doing it, because it does come across in the movies. And I do like Daniel Craig. I think he's a good actor. I like the film. I like a lot of his movies. Just I think if he's done with being James Bond, I think all the fans are also done with him being James Bond, just because it's like, cool, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. Like, I'm not a massive fan either of the whole sort of James Bond movies, but I do like them. Yeah, I think the Daniel Craig one's been really hit or miss. It's like Casino Royale, which I believe was his first one, was amazing. Quantum of Solace, which was his second one, I believe, was awful. Well, I in my opinion, was awful. The third one he did, which was Skyfall, I'm pretty sure, was really good. It was amazing. The fifth one, I can't remember the name of it.
Skyfall was incredible.
The fifth one, I can't remember. Was it Spectre? Was that the one with... that was the one with Christopher Waltz.
Yeah.
Awful movie. I love Christoph Waltz. That bad James Bond film. And Batista was great cast. Batista was in it. John Batista. I love that dude. But Dave Batista, even John, his brother. But yeah, no, awful.
There's only one thing I'm excited for the James Bond, and that's Rami Malek, the villain. I just think he's incredible. Have you watched Mr. Robot?
No.
So I watched 2 seasons of it, and I want to watch more, because it's like Joey Badass is in it. He's a character in it.
In Bond or in Mr. Robot?
Mr. Robot.
Okay. What's he doing? Is he doing music ever again?
He's working on an album, but he's doing it secretly. He's just he's like going down the cool, like he's just basically building businesses now. So he's like he's working on like, you know, but his streams last year was just under 1 million, and he hasn't released an album.
I really rate his music. I think his music's amazing. Kind of cool that he's made like one album and then just disappeared. I think that's kind of like awesome, because it don't ruin your legacy.
Make your money and then start doing other things and come back to it.
Sometimes in that case, it's not even about money, because if it was about money, he would have released a new album that was rubbish, but new people would buy it. Yeah. I feel like he's not done it, and I kind of respect that, because it's like he's done that one album, and everyone will remember him for like this perfect album that had like 5 hits on it or whatever, like out of the 10 tracks or whatever it was.
It must suck to make a good album.
Yeah. It's hard to follow that up. It's like making a sequel to like a really good film. It's hard.
Right, so let's talk about narrator. So the whole reason why that idea came about was I was browsing Reddit and I saw this writing prompt. And it was so funny, and we've been looking at that. We've been looking at the subreddit for a few months, like looking at some of the stories, been laughing at them or think they're really good and use them for inspiration. And there's a couple of really good ones, but this one came out and it was hilarious, and we were like, we could easily adapt this. Like it's not, and by easy I mean, you know, it's not got aliens, or, you know, most of the writing prompts are like, you know, hard to do because they get full control over, because it's writing. They can be like, and then a plane with 50,000 people on it comes flying down. Like, we obviously can't do that. But this came out, we were like, we can make this into a short. Yeah.
I think with us, the only limitation we have is people. We don't have loads and loads of people around us that are always willing to help. We do have good friends that do help every now and then, but obviously they've got their own lives. They can't dedicate time to help us. We don't have budgets to hire actors, so it's quite complicated. If we have, you know, if we've got 2 of us and we've got one person's got to operate the camera and one person's operating the boom mic, it looks like we're doing a film about ghosts, because no one can be in front of the camera. So it's hard for us. So when it comes to doing a writing prompt and we're doing something that involves like aliens, for example, well, then you have a budget for the costumes. But if it's like a plane, that's not hard, because a plane can be done VFX. It's when you have to have people or someone visibly in like costumes, because costumes are super expensive. So we are limited by what we can do at the moment, until we have a bigger following that then gives us a budget to be able to make more things. Because that's the thing for us, is we want to do YouTube as a career, and we want to put the money that we make from it straight back into the videos. So as long as we can live off of the money, the rest of it would go straight into making videos, which is what would be so cool, because our videos would have a huge budget, whereas some people, they get loads of money and then they pocket it, and they don't give it back to the people watching the videos, like, whereas we would put like so much money into the videos to make, we just want to make cool stuff. Yeah.
And it's it is one of those things where we have to, and we saw this video and we were like, okay, for the first thing we said was, and it sucks we have to do this, but the first thing we did was break down how many people are in it. So we had the main guy, we had a girl in bed, and then an office guy, and then we had a receptionist. And now it looks bizarre because the receptionist was me, and then in the office was also me, and all we had was a wig.
Yeah.
And glasses, I think. But again, the girl in the bed at the beginning was just Sam's wig with some pillows to make it look like it was a body.
Yeah.
And then the receptionist, again, was me, and it was you as the main guy, and then in the office it was me and you, so we couldn't say to a bunch of our friends, can you just come and sit in the office chairs, and then we had to be very careful with our camera angles because we couldn't show the office because there was empty chairs everywhere, so you can't, so it's always difficult, but we knew we could do this, and then we were just like, let's do it. So we had to adapt it. We changed a few things, and the few things that we couldn't have, and we had to change it. Obviously, we just had to change a few bits, and obviously go through the adaptation process. But it was super fun because it was, as you said, it was done for us. We then just had to make it into content, which is what we're really good at. So I thought it was great, and I think it'd be really cool to do more of that. And I think Claire this morning commented saying I'd do more of these.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm always looking for them. And I think if we can think of a cool idea, we chuck it up there and see if someone can write us something.
Yeah, and I think there will be things that we'll still keep doing loads of original content and our own written stuff, but where we don't always have time, I think it'll be like our fallback in many cases, where we don't have a video idea or we haven't written our own thing for a while. We might be like, well, let's check the Reddit, see what writing prompts on there. That's really cool. Why don't we adapt that? So it gives us another outlet to get some ideas in through the door, and because people enjoyed it, it allows us to really, because it's like when people adapt books or adapt like an original IP, like any series, Walking Dead from the comics or Game of Thrones from the books. There's always going to be little minute changes and stuff that the directors and whoever takes it over then changes. Yeah. But as long as we have like that subject matter and something to refer back to all the time, it makes our lives a whole bunch easier.
Right, so let's go through our schedule up until the 16th of January. I won't be telling you what is what because obviously that's ruining it. But this Thursday we've got I see this Thursday. I don't know when this is coming out, but Thursday the 12th we have the outtakes for narrator, extended scenes, because it was very funny. There was scenes where like what GFA is saying is really funny, but we cut things out because we had to stick to the script. So we're going to do a long video of that. On the 19th of December, we're going to do a decade review.
Yes.
So we're going to look at the last decade, talk about music. We'll be talking about, movies, a few years of Mavi Smith, obviously as a whole, over the past year. What we're happy with that's happened in our lives in the entire decade, in the past 10 years as well. It's crazy that the decade's coming to a close. Yeah, it's crazy,
dude. It's
awesome though. I like it because it's like a new decade, like, and then you're like starting.
Yeah,
but we're gonna be freaking 34 by the next decade.
Why'd you gotta go say that, huh?
So we're gonna do that on the 19th of December. That'll be coming out on the 19th. On the 20th. Okay, these are obviously a little bit up in there at the moment. But you can just take it and put it back down. Just don't show the back because it's got stuff on the back, isn't it? Now, again, these dates might change, but around the 24th of December, we're going to have our Christmas podcast. So we're going to get a couple. We'll probably do it like a Friday night or something like that, or like a night where we can have a little bit to drink. I'll pick up some stuff from work, and then
salsa caramel tequila.
Yeah, I'll pick up some stuff from work, and then we'll get Will over here, Beth, and whoever wants to come through. Because obviously Beth's quite big on your side of Mavi Smith. Like she's sitting there watching you and like watching you edit.
She watches a lot of it. Yeah.
So we'll do that as well. So we'll just have some drinks and just relax and have a good time. Talk about like just have fun and all that. Now 31st of December, we're going to do the 26th of December, maybe Christmas Day, but at the moment Boxing Day, we're going to be releasing our annual Christmas horror, which we think is going to be really funny. We're currently writing it. We haven't filmed it yet. We're filming on Thursday the 12th. So that's going to be quite funny as well. It's not. No, I'm not talking about it. On the 31st of December, we're going to have a year review like we did last year, where there's going to be some music and there's going to be clips all from the year. There's going to be a lot of bloopers that you haven't seen before as well, like mixed in. But again, it's just a nice wholesome video for it. We've got a really cool idea for this year as well. I do want to chuck in somewhere, maybe in January. We'll do a podcast just for the year of Mavi Smith, and I think every year we should do a breakdown of that year, because this year we've done a hell of a lot. Like we've done so much, and we've pushed ourselves so much, and we've achieved a lot.
If you think at the beginning of this year, like as of April this year, we had never really touched any visual effects really. March Meme Runner was April Meme Runner was the first video that came out that had any 3D VFX that we've ever touched on. And then you think 6 months later how much further we'd come with like the Drown video, and it's like, it's mad how much was learned in this year. This year was a huge year for learning and a huge year for like development. And I feel like next year is going to be even more so. And I really hope we find our stride next year with a video that just hits properly, that we've been looking for, something that people really can get behind.
So I want to do one of those. We'll do that next year. Then, and then through January, the Thursdays, we've got another video behind the scenes of a couple of other videos as well. So we've got things to plan as well. I'm looking at 4 things here. They're all funny videos. But we do want to, and this is something that I really want to do, and I know you do as well, but it's obviously difficult. I want to do something cinematic again, like Meme Runner, Drown, like that kind of. I love doing that.
I've started writing Meme Runner too.
You have?
Yeah.
You had it here first, guys.
I have. So look forward that next year, maybe on the year anniversary, because that is exactly 4 months away. Gives us a lot of time to plan and film.
Yeah.
I've got some really good ideas. I've watched both Blade Runner films back to back about 4 times in the last sort of 6 months, because I enjoy them anyway, and it really gives you like that inspiration to like write in that universe and in that mindset, and it helps a lot. And I've got some cool ideas.
I want to say now, if anyone's watching this, in the comments put Meme Runner 2, no spaces, and I want to see if anyone's watched this far.
Yeah.
I know like people like we actually get like 20-30 listens on Spotify. On the podcast, so that's cool. So obviously you can't do it then, but I was trying to say, and I want to catch people out. I want to do it at the end of it, but then like people can just watch at the end. So that's just random. But so
that's what Ethan on H3. That's what he does. He always says, "Oh, if you've watched this far," right at the end he goes, "If you've watched this far, please say in the comments this." And then one time he said, "Oh, if you've reached this far, please say in the comments, Ethan, you're hilarious. I love everything you do." And then the week after he went, "Oh, I've been reading through the comments, and there was just one comment from this guy. He said, Ethan, I love this." And he goes, "I'm really happy to see a good comment." Then Ela went, "You realise that was what you told him to say?" And he goes, No, it wasn't. He didn't realise he had told them what to say, and he was like bigging himself up because they had said good stuff about him. It was so funny.
I do also want to say, we have leaked that we're working on Meme Runner 2. I'm going to leak that we're working on Sam episode 3.
Yes.
And there may or may not be a teaser in the works as well, but we're working on Sam 3 and Meme Runner 2. Obviously, as per usual, if you guys want to see a sequel of any of the videos that you think we didn't push to its full potential, you could make more footage show jokes, whatever, tell us and we'll happily do it. So that's that.
I can say now the Meme Runner 3 is going to have the most VFX that we've ever had in a video. Meme Runner 2, sorry. Yeah. We're thinking way ahead. It's going to have
a beard and we're going to be like...
Yeah. It's going to have the most visual effects that we've ever had in a video, hands down.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your iPhone? So not so that we're not looking at stuff. We've got like a little board here that has Rob, if you're watching this, if you can see the other side of this board, I think I was quick, but some clown might try and pause it. Don't have it in. So we've got a couple of things that we're looking at to remind ourselves. You've added Deadpool director iPhone, and I'm really confused.
I'm pretty sure it might have been John Wick director. I can't remember which director. I'm pretty sure it's Deadpool. I'll explain it. Do you want me to say it now? It's good.
Well,
It's a really good story.
If you tell me that, I can find it. But I should talk about your iPhone story.
So I think it was Deadpool director. He did a brand integration or a brand deal with iPhone, and he filmed a short snowball fight movie all on the iPhone 11 Pro, and it is really cool. And it's a snowball fight, and he filmed the whole thing. John Wick director. Was it John Wick?
John Wick.
Oh, sorry, not Deadpool director. The John Wick director. He did an entire short. It's like about 3 minutes long of a snowball fight, all filmed on the iPhone 11, just showing its capabilities of its camera. Really cool video, really well done.
David Leitch, director of John Wick, shot this Verizon commercial featuring an epic snow fight completely on the iPhone 11. Check it out.
It's really, really cool.
Epics in the style of John Wick.
Yeah.
But yeah, go for it. Talk about your iPhone story.
So obviously we're filming on 2 iPhone 11s here now, and then I came over there, and basically when I sold my iPhone 7, because I left it for like a good 3 years to do the upgrade, I sold it on Facebook Marketplace, right? And this guy bought it from me, was like, yeah, I'm coming from central London, because we don't live within London. He's like, I'm coming from central London to come get it. So I'm like, this guy's coming far away. Like, he's keen for this phone. I was obviously doing a killer deal. And so anyway, Tom and on, he asked for the postcode. So in the UK, if you're from the US, you get a postcode. It's like your zip code, but it takes you to a specific road, and then you have to say what house number, and then it tells you along that postcode which house number and blah blah. So I only gave him the postcode. An hour and 20 minutes goes by, and he goes, right, I'm outside your door. Now, bearing in mind I'd only given him the postcode, not the door number, I looked outside, I was like, no, you're not. So I live down like off of a main road, it goes down like a little like pathway, and I live just down there. And I was like, right, dude, you got to turn down the road, and then chuck a left at the end. And he was like, I think I'm a bit lost. So my brother went out to find him, and he was sitting in the car. My brother goes, yeah, he's just sitting in this Toyota Prius sitting in the road. But then he was messing me around. He wasn't responding for 20 minutes. He wasn't responding for like a long time. He was just like, I would say, where are you? Are you lost? What's going on? And he would just not respond for ages. And I told him we were going out. So that was mistake number one, because he knew the house was going to be empty. So I was like, oh, I can't. Now I don't want to go out, because I feel like he's going to try and rob the place, because he was being really weird, really cagey. Really cagey. So anyway, so I was like, oh. Anyway, so I started getting a bit defensive. I was like, oh no, I'm not having this. This guy's trying to have us on here. Like, he's coming from central London, but he said like, oh, I'm gonna go and get the money now. I was like, why have you come all this way without the money? So I thought he's having us on. So I walked out, saw his car parked, and I walked up to the car, and I texted him on the Facebook. I was like, oh dude, I've got a few lads at the end of the road, like as if I've got like a gang. I've got a few lads at the end of the road. You're gonna come and have a little chat. As if we're about to beat him up. So that put him on the defensive foot, because I thought it was like a group of guys sitting in the car waiting for us to leave. So I wanted to give him a bit of a spook, and it worked. So anyway, so he's sitting in the car. Me and my brother have started approaching the car, and I've seen him just sort of go, and he's absolutely floored it. But he was in a Toyota Prius, which is electric or hybrid. So all you heard was a slam of the pedal, and then it's just like golf cart sound of this electric car accelerating down the road at like 0 to 60 in like 20 years. So he got to the end of the road and then turned off, and he went, and he's gone. I was like, he's just gone home. He's bottled it, and he's just gone home. So I texted him saying, I'm assuming you don't want this phone anymore. Then didn't respond for like 15-20 minutes. I was like, this clown, man. So anyway, we're getting ready to go out. I texted him again saying, oh, we've got people here, so don't worry, if you want to come back and get it, there'll be people in, laying the foundations that the house won't be empty. But it was. And he was like, I've got the money on the way back. I was like, oh, this dude. Anyway, he finally turned up, walked through the door, and this is a little old man. He was not threatening. He was really cagey. He was like, oh, because obviously he's coming down a dark road at night. He thinks he's going to get mugged or something. Bless him. So anyway, he comes in, looks at the phone, and on his way out, he forgets where he is. He's panicking because he just wants to get out, because he still thinks he's going to get knifed or something at this point. I'm bald. I look scary. I don't. And anyway, he's run out the front door, and he's turned right, and on the right of you is just a fence, and he's just run straight into the fence. He's just gone out the front door, and he's like, oh, and we're all like looking like, what's this guy doing? And he's got lost. He's turned around 6 times, thinking, like, where am I going? It's like watching like a dog trying to find their way, like a dog going into the kitchen, and you've got like 6 bowls around the kitchen of food, and they just don't know which one to go to first, and they're like. He was like that, like trying to find his way out, like a deer in headlights, bless him. And he finally found his way out the driveway and just went. And I was like, this guy was so scared. It was just really, really weird. It was a weird experience. But yeah, so that was me selling my iPhone, and it's just a weird story in general.
It wasn't being weird. Juice WRLD's died.
Who?
Juice WRLD. This guy.
Oh, really? How old is he?
21.
What?
Of
Was it drugs?
yeah.
God's sake.
You remember this?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know the song.
You sent it to me and you was like, "Oh, this is sick."
Yeah. I know who he is. Yeah.
It died of he had a seizure at the airport and started bleeding from the mouth.
What did he
I
take?
don't know, dude.
For God's sake.
We gotta stop doing drugs, man. Honestly, I'm not even a massive fan of him. I like his music, but honestly, dude, like the 21 Club, everyone's fucking dying at 21 because they're just doing drugs.
Like,
it's terrible, dude.
It's it boggles my mind that I obviously I can never understand what people go through, what they went through when they were kids, how they were brought up, their life, of what led them to take drugs in the first place, the group, the peers that are around you. You can never understand their situation. But when you're rich and you are filthy rich, and you don't have to spend time with those there's no other way to call them lowlights. If you're like an absolute massive drug fiend, the chances are, you're not in a good place in life. It's not a good place to be. I'm sorry, and if you don't agree with that, then so be it. It's my opinion, so deal with it.
No, I agree.
Yeah, and
it's happened time and time again.
There's no pro to being an addict to drugs, and if you're an addict, then you have to seek help. And if you don't want to seek help, well, then how can anyone have any sympathy when something like that happens? Like, I love Mac Miller. I really do, and I was so devastated when he died. But because it's drug overdose, there's always that part of you that goes, well, he was a bloody idiot for doing it. And like Amy Winehouse, all this talent and stuff, and then she just goes through the glass table. It's like you don't know what to say. Like, I can never understand what they go through. But when they get to the point where they make millions and millions, it's like, right, now what's your reason? It's my upbringing. I was depressed. This, that. It's like, okay, you've had all this, but suddenly you're a millionaire. Loads of people love you. Like, other than the fact that money can introduce loneliness because you don't know if people are just with you because of your money and all that kind of stuff, what are the purpose? Now, I'm not saying we don't know the full details yet of what he was taking. It could have been prescription. Unlikely, but could have been. What's the point? What is the point of it? Recreational drug using, it leads to nothing. It leads to nothing other than you spend loads of your money on it, usually do anything to get it, and you lose a lot of money in the process, and you just start chucking it away. And it leads to nothing but death, inevitably. It really does. Whether it's now or in 10 years, those drugs will affect you. No matter who you are, what you do, they will affect you in that time.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I feel like, I don't know. Well, that was live.
Yeah, damn,
live.
Dude, I did not expect to read that. Let's crack on. Right, we're gonna do a new game. I'm gonna go on Instagram. I'm gonna go on GFA's page. I'm gonna scroll down and find a random picture. We're gonna bring it up on the screen, and then you're gonna explain that picture.
Okay.
Inspired by hot ones. So, let me find an image.
So whilst Matt's finding the image, what can we talk about? Ooh. That's my thinking noise of ooh.
Yeah.
With the hand like this.
You keep thinking, bro.
Yeah. Well.
You're on the spot.
Yeah, it's hard when you're on the spot.
I've found my picture.
There we go, done. Whew. We spoke about
You
being
did
on the
well.
spot.
You did well.
Thanks, man.
Props.
Dead air.
So this is the picture I have.
Show it to the camera so we can.
It's captioned with "Felt cute, might delete later. Must be about 9 or 10 here, but damn, don't I look good?" I think we'll agree that. Sure. Evie actually lolled at this. Damn.
She's savage.
Explain this picture.
Do you want to show it to the camera so we know which one it is to bring up, just in case we forget? Okay. So, this is a picture of me, obviously, when.
Is that a fish?
No. So right. Okay. So this was in primary school. Actually, I remember the person next to me as well. This is in primary school, and it was during the activity play. you know, in the UK, if you don't do this in America, I'm sure you do, but you do an activity play at Christmas if you're a kid in this country usually, and basically they do different stories, but this was the story of Jesus and baby Jesus when he was born, and about the three wise men traveling to Jerusalem or Bethlehem or whatever it was to find when they knocked on the inn, everyone was telling Mary to jog on, and then she popped him out in the stable. And Joseph was like, "Hot damn, there's a baby." So I was a wise man, and I was well, I can't remember which one it was. I remember seeing gold. Was it gold, frankincense, and myrrh? Was it gold? Then obviously I was bringing the gold because I'm all in gold, and that was my costume. I don't know why I'm all in gold. I don't think a shepherd would have wore like gold frilly costume, but it was during the activity, and I had to bring it. And I think I must have been very happy with my performance because I'm giving a big old smile to the camera. So right, okay. I'm gonna have a little deep dive on Matt's now. I'm gonna go down all this stuff is too.
That's the first thing I did was I scrolled down and just let it load and then just slowly scrolled through picking one. Is it inspired by the 100 Thieves video when they were like deep diving on everyone's Instagram page?
Yeah,
it's just so funny. And I know they do it on Hot Ones as well, where they basically they find a picture from their interviewees Instagram, and then they say like explain this pic. So we'll do this. We'll talk about Curious Cat, and then we'll cut the L podcast. I can see GFA. How deep are you scrolling, dude?
I'm going.
Where are you currently? I thought you were gonna pick one that was just a few up. My God. There's so many, dude. I've got so many posts on Instagram. I don't know how many I've got number wise, but it's massive.
Yeah.
Because I used to post like memes and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just seeing a lot of memes now.
Yeah, I went for a stage where I just started posting loads of memes, and it was like,
all right. I think I've got it.
2 pictures. I don't know which one you're gonna go for. Right, show the camera first. I don't know which one it is.
All right, so we're going with this one, and I'll just say it's got. He's come a long way.
What's the caption?
Oh, wait. He's come a long way. This picture's got 4 likes. He's come a long way. It's 2014, and the caption is, "I am Heisenberg."
Oh no, I know which one it is. Oh wait, it's not the one I thought it was.
Okay, talk us through this Heisenberg.
I don't know, because there's something about there's nothing really about it that says Heisenberg.
Not apart from the glasses, yeah. But the hat. Did you think you looked more bald with the hat? But the hat was like poked up. Like
I don't know.
I'm really confused with what we're at.
I don't know. I think.
Have I gone too far down?
No. I'm there's another picture near on that's even worse, which I thought you was picking up. So just see if I can.
Just command F it and type in Heisenberg. No.
I don't know what I captioned it with. But I don't know why I put that up. To be honest, like I don't look like Heisenberg.
There is no correlation to
Heisenberg from that picture at all.
And does he even say "I am Heisenberg"?
No.
He says, "Say my name," and he goes, "Who am I?" And the guy goes, "Heisenberg." And goes, "You're goddamn right." But he didn't say, "I am Heisenberg."
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
So it wasn't even a quote.
It wasn't a quote, dude. I don't know why I said it. That's weird. There is. I can't find it, but there wasn't the picture I thought you were gonna grab. Yeah, I don't know. No comment, dude. Right, cool. Let's move on to Curious Cat. So, as I said from before, we're going to start from the bottom this time and work our way through because we've got so many. I'm not going to answer where is Jimmy Hoffa. I'm going to delete that one. Who shot JFK? He was on the grass, I'll ask him.
Lee Harvey Oswald, I believe.
Are Ricky and Bianca happy?
Yes, they are very happy. Ricky!
I swallowed an ice cube whole.
Is this all on Our Curious Cat?
Yeah. I swallowed an ice cube whole, and it hasn't popped out yet. Is it stuck?
Can you see who's doing this? Or is it all anonymous?
It's all anonymous.
Every single one?
It melts. For those that don't know.
Yeah, anyone that's anyone that's sat at home right now and they've just heard that. Yeah, they've just gone, they're right. What happens with an ice cube? It melts.
It melts. Will humans ever walk on the sun? No.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think Neil Armstrong ever thought done the moon.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. What is the greatest rejection you've had in love? There must have been something that's like I did at school or something stupid, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
There's been nothing like over the past 5-6 years.
All right, stud.
No. There's been nothing that's like, you know, like...
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know, like rejection, yeah, but there's something like that's noteworthy.
Yeah,
like, that you would
I'm
be
sure
like,
there's loads of times at school, like, where
I just
you go
can't
up
remember. I'm just trying to think, but there's nothing, you know...
There's nothing worse of a great rejection of love of coming home to your dog and they run past you and you go and they just run straight past you and run out the door. That is the biggest rejection of love.
That sucks. Because dogs normally you can have the worst day. You come home, your dog's happy to see you.
Yeah.
If that's not there, no. All right. Well, what is the most bizarre thing you've done alone? I remember as a kid, I used to run up the stairs when I was scared of like the dark. I'd run up the stairs. This is not like recent. This is when I was like, I don't know,
last week,
8 or 9. Yeah, last week, 8, something like that, 7 or 8.
Right.
I would make dinosaur. I would make dinosaur noises to scare away anyone that was in the house. And I would use it to scare anyone in the house, and I would run up the stairs, and I would think, well, if anyone's up here, they've heard there's a dinosaur in the house. And
they ain't gonna be met like a robber's breaking through the back door, and they've just gone, shh, Jeff, what's that?
Dude, it's so funny. Like, yeah, I used to do that. When I was a kid. I honestly thought it would scare away anyone who's in the house. So I think that's the most bizarre thing I've ever done alone. What about you? Anything that comes to mind? Anything that comes up?
I guess it would have to be something similar to that then. I mean, I guess like if you've ever checked, if you've ever heard a noise at night and you're home alone and you go down with like your little baseball bat or your little bat, whatever you've got, little like, shoe, whatever you're going to hit them with, and you sort of go around, you try and make it sound like there's more of you, and you walk into them, you're like, no, you stay there, I'm just gonna have a quick look, and then you turn the light on and you sort of flick round the corner with your little bat, and you're like, if anyone's in here, and you know no one's in the house,
but you like change accent,
and you go, yeah, that's it, and you put deep in your voice.
Like, man, anyone else in here?
When you're a kid and you go, yeah, I'm just gonna go and check the, the kitchen, but then you want to make yourself sound old. You're like, cigarette? Yeah, I'll have a cigarette after this. I'm just gonna go and check the kitchen, make sure no one's in there. You know, bash them up if there is. Try and put on a big man accent as if you're gonna go and like defend your house. Or this is like fucking.
Your mum's just laying in bed like, what is going on?
Is he smoking?
Why are there 9 guys in the kitchen?
Yeah, doing different accents. You used to having a conversation.
You thought it was like this, but it was like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the kitchen. Then we're gonna have a cigarette.
Yeah.
This is a stupid question. What is the biggest lie you've ever told and not been caught?
That's like trying to out people.
Yeah.
Probably something in school, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What is the funniest thing that's happened in school? I actually have this. I actually know this.
The funniest thing.
Yeah. I'll answer mine while you think, although this is going to make you laugh because it's so me. I could not explain. This is probably the best.
Funniest thing to happen to me or funny thing that I've seen?
Either.
Okay.
This happened to me, and this is a complete true story. You can ask my parents. This story it is actually like me. Like this story could not be more math.
Right.
Okay? I'm sitting there in class. Our maths block was 4 stories. We're at the very top. I'm sitting here, you know, at the back of the chair, leaning on the back of my chair, just swinging like you do, you know. And people started throwing stuff out the windows. Okay. People were throwing books out, and they were throwing cups out, and bottles out.
Go to school or prison?
No, I don't know why it was that day, but people started doing it, and I didn't get involved because I'm not an idiot, and you know, that can be people too. You know, just don't be an idiot. Like it's not funny or cool or anything like that. And so I'm I think you see where this story's going. I'm sitting there, I'm swinging, dude. I'm swinging. I had. I can't. We're gonna just pretend this is a pen. I was doing this, right, and I'm swinging, and as I'm doing that, I flicked it backwards, and it went out the window. So I went, oh shit! And I didn't know people were throwing books out at this point. I didn't, you know, I wasn't too like. Oh, I saw people laughing and like throwing a bottle out, but I didn't know that.
This was like
actual books.
This storyline feels like the answer to the other question of what's the biggest lie you've ever told and got away with it now.
No, because listen, I'm doing this, and and then I flicked it like backwards, and it went out the window. So I sent right against the window. I went, oh shit! So I looked, fuck off. So I looked out the window, but the caretaker was down there, and it hit him on the head, and he looked up at me, and I was like, and then I ducked back, and then it looked like I had been the one throwing all the books out. And all the pencils and all books and stuff, but I was literally sitting like this, and I thought down. I was like, oh crap! And I looked, but I looked over, and it hit him. I didn't think I hit him as he was walking, and he looked up at me, and obviously I've got my head out the window. And then I was like, oh, dude, I'm screwed. Like I'm, whatever. And I see the caretaker come to the door that was right in the corner, and he comes in and he knocks, and he's like, can I have the guy at the back and the the guy at the back, second chair from the left, and then it turned out there was other people that they had caught for throwing the books out. It was like a group of guys that were always together. So he was like, I know you didn't. I still had that detention. But he was like, it was like a group that were known to be together. He was like, I know you're not part of that group, so I don't suppose you did it. And I explained what had happened. And he was like, I can't really argue because that's what happened in my eyes. But that's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done at school. That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done at school. Because it was just such a me thing to just to sit there. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I looked out, and then I was like, oh, shit. And then he looked straight up at me, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, that's probably my stupidest story.
Oh, there's been loads of stupid and funny things that I've done or that's happened to me at school. I have two in my head that I think are like the best ones. So I think I would just do the one that got me in a lot of trouble. So this is at primary school, I had a friend called Jacob who was like just the worst person, but we were really good friends at the time, and we were like, oh, let's he had bought some smoke bombs from like a shop. There was a shop in Romford where I used to live called like Robbie's, I think it was called, or Ronnie's or something, or Rogers or something, and they sold BB guns. So this was before they banned BB. So you could go and buy like a black airsoft gun from this shop, and it was pistols, whatever you want, and it was legal at the time. So this is like before the two-tone laws come in. So we went in and we bought so Jacob went in and bought these smoke grenades, and I've changed his name for purposes. I haven't, and he bought these smoke bombs, and he was like, oh yeah, I bought these smoke bombs, and he bought his BB gun like to the school one day, and we were having like a school fete. They do it in the summer, like a summer fete, and they have like little stands, and the mums and dads like make cakes and drinks, and they have this big event, and they have like music and a bouncy castle, and all the kids from all the different years come and have a good time, and they do like a bake sale, and everyone sells whatever they bake, and it all goes to charity, and they do like a little school fair. Yeah. And we went in that week, so we thought, oh yeah, no, we'll have a bit of fun at this school fair. So we bought this BB gun. We thought, oh yeah, we'll shoot people out the window, and we bought these smoke grenades, and we were in the toilet at the boys' toilet at the school, and we light this smoke grenade, not even considering what was going to happen, because we were inside in a toilet, and it was like an outhouse toilet, so it wasn't in the main building. It was like an own, basically like a shed, separate, and it was just built for toilets. And we've lit the smoke bomb, and it's just gone. And it's like one of the ones that you light with like a match or like a lighter, and it all suddenly just pluming out smokes, absolute, just come immediate, like just ridiculous amount of smoke coming off of it. We can't see anything, so we're trying to run out, we're trying to get out the door, we can't even see where the door is, and there was 3 of us in there, and we finally got out the toilet. Jacob left his bag on the floor with his name on it, his gun, like the BB gun, all in the bag on the floor. He left it in there because he was just such a moron. So we've run out, and we're like, oh no, it's fine, they won't notice us, they won't have a clue. As we've turned around, we've just seen the caretaker run in there with a fire extinguisher, thinking it was a fire in there, sprints in with a fire extinguisher, comes out a couple of minutes later realising that obviously it's not a fire, it's a smoke bomb that's been set off. And he's fuming, he's like, and then all of a sudden he's come back out of the bag, and I'm like, oh no, it's got his name in it, it's like they know who it's going to be. And he wasn't the kind of person to like not dob someone in. If he was in trouble, he'd do anything he could to get out of trouble. So obviously when he got caught, no George did it. So I was instantly like roped in, and yeah, it was just like the school went mental. We almost got expelled for it. They went crazy, and we was in assembly like the Monday after, because it's on the weekend when they did the fete. on the Monday after, the headmistress stood us up, and there was a thing. It was so trashy. They used to do a thing at my school called the report book and a merit book. And if you'd done something good that week or that month, you went in the merit book. And in an assembly, they go, and in the merit book is this person. And then what they did it for, to basically praise you, to make you want to do more good things.
Did they have one for the bad one?
Yeah, report book.
So if you and said what they had done.
So if you do something bad, you stand at the front. They say, then this person's in the report book in front of the entire school. This person's in the report book for doing this. And then they make you stand up at the front. So if just in case anyone doesn't know who you are, you still have to stand up and show your face at the front of the entire school. Really bad system. I think that was so bad that they did that. And so we got put in the report book for it, obviously, and we had to stand in front of the school. And she was like, these two yobbos decided to set off a smoke bomb in the. We were like, oh, and in front of everyone. And of course, all the other kids thought it was hilarious. They were like, "Oh, you guys are legends" and stuff. But all the teachers were like, "These two are gonna be troublemakers." Yeah, and that was probably the funniest thing that's probably happened to me that I can think of the top of my head at school.
That's awful that they had that book.
Yeah.
All right, last one. We'll end on a high. I have mine, so I'll answer, then you can answer yours. What do you like the most about yourself?
That's an awful question.
That is.
Yeah, you go.
I feel like you have to be able to self-praise. I honestly like my drive. I think it's a double question because it's one after the other and it's the same colour. So I think the same person has put the same two, but the same colour for the one after this is, will you call me tomorrow? So I don't know who that is. But what you like most and least about yourself, this is what I like most and least about myself, is, and I think you might have seen this in me, is I find it very hard to detach myself from what we're doing. That makes sense with Mavi Smith as a whole, like not just Mavi Smith, but as like a content thing. So if I'm on the train to work, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking of that, listen to music, thinking of what we can do, or if someone can help us or reach us out. And it got really bad over the event thing because all I was doing was like, I was like relaxing with Lydia, but I was like jumbling my brain, trying to think out the best way to like, achieve this goal.
Yeah.
And it's like constant, and it's a good thing to have because I'm constantly trying to make things better, or trying to find the next thing, the next goal, the next, and that's what's really good with like network, and it's because I'm constantly thinking about it. Then I find it very hard to like detach.
Yeah.
So, but if I go out drinking or if I'm just relaxing watching like Netflix, I'm still thinking like, all right, what could we do now, or what could we do next? So like, it's a really good thing to have because it means that you'll constantly be working. But it is also, I think, it's one of the things I like about myself the least is purely because I find it very hard to detach.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't not have it because it's something, So I think I don't think it's common to have something that you like a lot about yourself. And it's also your least favourite thing. Yeah. Like I think so. For me, to answer both those questions, it's the same thing for me.
I would actually say it's similar for me, to be honest. I feel like it's the whole ability to shift to another mode. Like my work ethic at my actual job is awful because I hate it. Like, I just despise being there every day. So my work ethic there is like go in, do as much as I need to do to hit my targets, and then leave. I don't stay, if I can help it, I do not stay a second past my 9 to 5 hours. I will be there as little time as possible within reason. I'm not going to take the piss and like leave early or like chip off like an hour. I'm never going to like do that because I'm not like the kind of person that would take the piss out of a company. Like I always do my work, but I just hate it so much that I have no ambition to stay in that industry, no drive to stay in the industry. But it's the second I'm no longer having to think about that because it takes up all my sort of thought process, I'm straight on to like Mavi Smith stuff, and it's the drive and the passion that makes me stay up to that those 2 a.m. nights where I'll get home from work at like 6-7 and I'll be working on Mavi Smith stuff until 2 o'clock in the morning. And when we did the Fallout Shelter video and I was doing the VFX for it, there was a 2-week period where Monday to Thursday I'd get home from work and I straight onto it, and I'd stay up till 2 in the morning working on it. And I did that 4 nights back to back, and it almost killed me doing that in a week because I was going to work at 6-7 and getting home at 6-7 and then working till 2 in the morning and getting like 4 or 5 hours sleep and doing it again. So over the space of 4 days, I had 2 days worth of sleep if you think like 8 hours a night. And it's just having that passion that I wasn't bored at any point. I wasn't like, I hate this. I was like, I love this. I wish I could do this full time because I absolutely love doing it. So it's that drive and that passion of like, I will work as I think I'm a stupidly hard worker at something that I have that passion and that desire to do, and I like the fact that I have those goals and I have those ambitions that I want to work towards, because you see so many people sitting in jobs and have no ambition to do anything with it, and all they do is complain, but they're not doing anything in the background. They're just complaining and then
moaning and just doing it.
And then and then going to bed, waking up and doing it again, and then that 10, 15 years later they're in the same place and they're going, oh, I wish I did something 15 years ago.
Things like I think like what I like least about myself, obviously it's easier to find the things you don't like about yourself more than you do. But I think just as much as the drive and passion thing, I think but the thing that I hate is that I physically and mentally cannot do a job if I don't want to do it, and that's one thing that I get into arguments with my parents all the time, is that, you know, like, we're not being funny, Mammoth is not a paying thing, so it's completely off our own back, so you have to have a job, but I could never go to an office job 9 to 5. I could never do it, purely because I would love to be able to, because it would mean, you know, you're getting a lot more money and then you can work on, and we'd have more money to do anything, or be able to go out for dinner or whatever. But I couldn't do it. I could never do a job I don't like, and that's why I stopped doing the tours, because I got to a point where I was just getting so tired of it, and I just stopped it. And it was you know, I get the opportunity to go back whenever I want, because it's good money as well, but I just don't want to do it. I physically won't do it, and it's just scary, like the unknowing of like not knowing, you know. If Massive was to ever fall through for whatever reason, I would be, you know, I would then have to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this on my own then, I guess. So, because I could never ever go into a job that I don't want to do. Yeah, no, I agree. Like if anything happened and Massive was no longer going to go ahead, which is unlikely, but if it ever happened, it's like I would never just sit there and go, well, I guess I'll just do this 9 to 5 then. I would always be doing something to. I would always have a goal of getting to somewhere, and I'll do something to get there. And it's frustrating because it's like having that work ethic now is amazing. Imagine what we could achieve if it was our full-time thing. That's what annoys me. Yeah. It's like the potential that we're not reaching. Yeah. But maybe soon. Right, cool. Let's end it there. Anything else you want to add? No, I think they're all good. Yeah. I think that was a fun little podcast. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, we the games really like spice it up as well and keep it funny. And again, there will be timestamps as well. How many submissions on the Curious Cat thing? There are loads. There's another 15 more. Can I read through them? Or are they just not interested? No, they're good, but I want to save them for. I want to save them for. I mean, you could log on and see them, but I want to save them for, because we get more of a. Because it's good, because I can read them out and I can see them, so I know what my answer is, and it gives you time to think of an answer. Yeah. But there are some fun. Like, I'm looking at one now. It's will you call me tomorrow, Engelbert? Like, if you're going to raise some negative experience of your life, what would it be? If you could erase some negative experience, that would be the pencil thing. that'd be the pencil thing. But then that stuff like that, it's like, I know what I would erase, but you can't talk about everything, you know. So it's you know. I mean, there's tons and tons of stuff that you wish you never had, you never experienced, or you're not going to talk about it. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and sometimes the bad stuff makes you the person you are today, and sometimes you need the bad stuff to reach that. And without that bad stuff, I really like a quote, and I saw this quote when I was just scrolling on my Instagram, so I put it up. It's a quote of my laptop just died. It's a quote from Butters in South Park, and he basically says, you know, I feel sad, but I like feeling sad because it means that something made me happy in the first place to then feel sad. Yeah. And I was like, damn. I was like, I really like that, and it was surprising how that came from South Park. So I mean, like something as like as deep and meaningful as that from South Park is just hilarious. That doesn't shock me. South Park, all of their episodes are deep and meaningful in a way, but they reach that goal, that meaning, by doing ridiculous, stupid, hilarious stuff. But there's always an overarching tone that they're concentrating on in the background, always. Yeah, that's what I like in Rick and Morty when he's like, I think the first episode, at the end of it, it's not a spoiler, but at the end of it, he goes, there's a meaning to this episode. I don't really know about it. You can try and work it out, or like something like that. And it just makes me laugh because it's like on the nose. Exactly. There is some kind of meaning to this episode, but you guys work it out yourself.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know if you want us to play any other games, any other word games that we can play. If you have any questions, go to curiouscat.me. I think Maddie Smith. I'll put it in the description anyway. But I think it's that. And then ask us any issues you have that you want us to talk about. We will be getting through them all. I know there's in those 15, there's a few of them that we'll just delete. But will you call me tomorrow? Like, we won't be answering that. But if you have anything, just let us know. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a good week. Stay safe. We'll see you.
Stay safe. On
the next episode. Yeah, I started saying stay safe. I don't know why. I was like, you know what I love? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. It's like, I hate that so much.
I think all of that kind of stuff's corny. Like when you say stay safe, or I hope everyone has a good week and stays healthy, and we'll see you next week.
Stay safe, healthy.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
It sounds like an infomercial advert. You know when those hedgehogs cross the road? Well, look both ways. Stay safe.
Do you remember that, like, hedgehog?
The hedgehog when he's like dancing and then he gets absolutely floored by like an Arctic lorry.
An Arctic lorry.
Articulate lorry.
Oh, there's an Arctic lorry. I was like,
I did say it. Yeah, I meant Arctic. Yeah.
All right, cool. Don't stay safe, guys.
Yeah. Peace out. And remember, kids, you want to be a good gamer, drink loads of alcohol.